Okay guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about the Buffalo, or not the Buffalo, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive playbook, and this is a popular, I don't know, I've seen a couple of people high on it this year. I haven't seen much, but I do know for a fact that, at least two people are high on this playbook. And I can already tell the reason why, just from labbing it for today. And we're just going to go over the base play, and we're going to go over the audibles, and then we're going to go over a bunch of mini schemes, because there's a lot of content in this that's going to be in this breakdown, because there's so much in Tampa Bay that I want to get to. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this up into two parts. The first part's going to be the main scheme, and then the second part's going to be the mini scheme. So our base play for this offense is going to be the sluggo Y shake, and now some other plays you can mix in from the. We're going to go over the base play real quick, and then we'll go over the rest of the stuff. So the sluggo's Y shake, and why this play is so good is we have the sluggo routes on the left side and the right side of the field. And we're going to go ahead, and the only hot route we can make to this play is, even if you don't have to hot route Ben, you could like motion him in a step or two, and like let him kind of pause there, and he'll sit underneath most zones. But I think a drag is a more effective route. So you can get cute or you can be effective. It's just your choice. But your first read on this play is a drag, of course, and so if they're blitzed from there, you already know you have the drag. Okay. Then, progressing from that read, you're going to look to Clark, and basically you could throw Clark's route against any coverage. Just be smart. If there's a dude right there, don't throw it, but for the most part, he's going to just, as soon as he cuts to the right, you're just going to hit a bullet pass it to him. And as you see there, even when there's a dude there, and that's where you wouldn't throw it, but against most stock coverages, especially 2 men under, he's going to kill it. Just being honest. And if you want, you could just pass it away from the defender. So here we pass it to the right, and I'm telling you guys right now that this route is money. And here we're going to pass it to the right again. That would have been a pass it to the right. So you would just pass it away from the defender. So if the defender's on the outside or on the inside, we're going to pass it to the right. If he's on the outside, we're going to pass it to the left. Here we're going to pass it inside. As you see, just a lot you can do with that route in terms of pass leading trajectories. Here we're going to pass it to the inside, and if we would have been a little more patient, it would have came open eventually. But again, if you want to hit him on that zig, that's how you're going to throw it. But then you could wait and you could hit him here. So a lot of things you can do with Clark. Now, what I like to do is I like to smart route the slug on the right, and then I want to go ahead and drag Ben. Now you're always reading quick if you can hit the sluggo. And how you'll know if you'll be able to hit the sluggo or not is by, let me get on in. This defender right here is going to be following or not following triangle. In this case, he's going to follow him. If he follows him, you know you have the sluggo. If he does not follow him, you know you'll have the drag. Okay, so very simple read. You're just reading one defender. Okay, none follow him. Okay, I throw the sluggo. Now if you don't know how to catch sluggo routes, all you're going to do is you're going to pass lead to the inside, you're going to click on, and you're just going to basically run it like a slant route. As you see there, he just will roast the man coverage. So again, we're going to make a left-right read. This time he stays, so we know we have the drag. And it's just a simple 2-man read as to where on the field is open. And again, if not the and then if you make it to your third read is, in my opinion, one of the best routes of the game. Here again, just a slant, and you just click on and try to make a play. The front audible from this formation, unfortunately, is the off tackle, so you will have to come out in the draw if you want to run the draw, but off tackle's not too bad. The quick pass audible up is the slant, and I'm just going to run this play stock. I'm going to look to hit the flat route. If no one flows out, of course, if they're in a zone blitz, I'll try to hit the flat route. However, if they are not in a zone blitz, I'm going to go ahead and look at the slant. As you see, if you can find out where the blitz is coming from, a lot of times you can just throw it in behind it. So you're going to read the tackles. You're going to see where the blitz comes from. Okay, here we don't see any blitz. So we be patient, and we know that the triangle route is going to beat man coverage, whereas the other two are more of a zone beating slant routes. So here again, that time we hit X open quick. So your first read is X, then you're going to progress to triangle and back to circle. So X, open. And we're not going to put them on out routes. In my opinion, it's just because of the way we run the other plays from this formation. It's not going to work well as far as the scheme passing down the inside, and they're going to pick off that dude late. So they'll come open. Trust this. Just trust the play, and trust me, you'll reap the benefits. I guarantee it. Now let's talk about pass lead and the right slant against the zone real quick. We'll go over that. As you see, the zone is going to go down, so you don't even have to pass. You're just going to throw to that slant, and it's going to be open. So, if you see zone coverage out of the X receiver, then you know that. But if they have your man coverage, just pass lead triangle open. Usually down to the inside pass lead, but in that situation we pass lead to the up. Just passing open. You're leading your receiver to where their defender's not. It's very simple, guys, but some people for some reason don't get that. So I just want to go over that. Your deep pass audible in this formation is the 4 verticals, which is perfect. You're going to go ahead and put Martin on a hook, or a curl route, unless they're blitzing heavy, and then you're going to go ahead and block him to the left and then slide to the right. And Clark's your man beater. He's the main route against man. And then your main routes against zone is triangle and then the 2 outside receivers. Again, man coverage, he's going to beat his man almost every time. It's not open, don't throw it, guys. But your read is X, and then you go to triangle, then you go to the outside. So here, X, not open, okay, triangle, pass it down the inside, click on, and go up for the ball. So that is how I run verticals. Let's run it one more time for you here. And we see we have triangle. So that's how I run verticals. And real quick, we'll talk about the play action audible. As you see here, the play action audible is not very good. Basically, all I'm going to do on this play action audible is I'm going to go ahead and just block the halftime. You could look willing, and you could look at him as a flat read. This play doesn't get a whole lot of call, but your first read is going to be your drag, and then you're going to look to the streak on the left, this dude right here, Ben, and then you're going to look to X's little in route, and then you're going to look to Jackson. In the last case scenario, just lob up a wheel. I want to go over that real quick. User catching streaks this year is different than last year. It almost requires less effort. All you have to do is user catch a streak. We're just going to talk about it real quick. So I'm just going to put this dude in the purple. Put everybody in purple. Now I want to man info. Okay. All we're going to do is we're going to click onto the dude, and we're going to basically bully the dude guarding us, and we're just going to run literally like we're trying to push our dude out of the way. So pass it to the inside, click on, and just keep going. Keep going. You just keep pushing it. You keep going to the right, and he will catch it on his own. You don't even have to hold triangle this year. So we have the streak, and then we have the in route. What the in route is, it's a pass lead to the left, and if they're in the zone coverage like so, you see that we're going to have the streak. But if they use or defend that, then you'll have the in route. That's why it's a good progression. And then last case scenario, if they're in max coverage D, pass lead down to the inside on that post route, and you'll make some plays. So now, real quickly, I want to talk about some mix-in plays from the shotgun doubles formation. If you guys have seen the run-heavy scheme that I put out a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago was when I recorded it, but I think it just got out a couple weeks ago because I forgot to send. I didn't do the defense with it until I don't even know when I did the defense with it. This basically is the play that I ran my whole entire offense out of. And it was out of shotgun doubles. And all you're going to do is you're going to put Jackson on a drag. And you're going to put Clark on an out route, a zig route, a streak, a drag, any hot route. It doesn't matter. Just whatever you feel best. I like to put him on a slant or a drag. And all you're going to do is your first read is going to be to the left side of the field. You're going to read this dude again. Ball. As you see here, he's manned up. Now, if he's manned up, you're going to throw that Poco route on the left side to Williams. If he is not manned up, then you're going to go back to the right side of the field and start your progression. But here, in this case, he is manned up, and you see the poker route's going to be man coverage every time. It's a quick hitting play. You can't blitz this for the most part. Now, hopefully, computer didn't know what to do. So we'll just call it standard zone here. And so now we're going to see that dude that went with triangle last time is not going to go with him here. You see, he does not go with him. So we look back to the drag, and we see we have the drag. Now, in most cases, people will user guard the drag. If that occurs, what you're going to do is we're just going to imagine that the drag is not there in the zone. Okay? So we'll continue our read. After we read the drag, we're going to read Martin here, and then we're going to read Clark. Okay, so not there, not there, not there. We have the post route, and we click on and try to make a play there. But usually the drag is going to be there. This is more of a man-beating play in general. You could streak Clark again, whatever you want to do with Clark. He's your third read on every play. And see, the streak is probably better for more down the field, but in my opinion, sometimes I enjoy the outs to the tight ends this year. I enjoy it as a mix-in because by mixing up your hot routes to your tight end, you're never going to really be for sure where he's going. So I think it's important to do that. So, but that is how we are going to run the shotgun doubles Bucks drive H will. And now we're going to talk about one other play real quick. I think I broke it down before. We're actually not even going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about it. We're not even going to show it. Basically what we're going to talk, the FL screen, basically all we're going to do is wheel the running back and fade the circle receiver, and it's just going to work out the screen. Okay. The curl and goes. I just want you guys to look at Master Chappie, his breakdown on curl and goes, and that's all I want you to do, and then mix this play into your scheme. So I'm not even going to break it down because he did that already for you. So go ahead and take a look at his stuff, because I'm not going to. Because he does it better than I do, so I still haven't mastered it yet. But the final play I want to go over is the Bucks fly sale, and we're going to get into the rest of the scheme, guys. The only route I want to go over here is a running back route. All we're going to do is we're going to take Jackson, put him on a fade, and drag Ben. And all we're going to do is snap the ball and throw the ball to the running back. You see he gets a little speed burst upfield. It has to be user defended, and even when they user defend it, it doesn't really stop him, in my opinion. So take that for what it's worth, lab it, try it out. I would throw this route probably 100 times in practice mode, and literally you will figure out that they will never pick the ball. Like, it's just, they may swat it, but they're not going to pick it off. And the only time I really call this play is down in the red zone where I want to score, and I know they're going to be expecting the tight end fade, something like that, but they're actually on the goal line fade. So just imagine them being on the goal line fades and they're looking at something like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to just throw this. So that's really all I do from the shotgun doubles. So really quickly, that's basically the concept of shotgun doubles. Now let's go over the blitz beater. For getting blitz heavy, we're going to call the blitz beater, and what this is the split offset gun. And literally, we do not hot route one play on this route, one route on this play. Your first read is going to be on the left side, whether you can throw the poco route or not. If you can, I would throw it. If you cannot, then you're going to look back to Aurelius Ben here on this blue route. If that is not there, then go ahead and look at Dallas Clark. And if that's not there, then you go back to Jackson. Okay, not there, but the Aurelius Ben route is there. Not there, not there. But you see how, that's a bad example because he actually picked it off. But you see how he got sucked down by the Aurelius Ben route. And what that means is we're going to have that angled post route. Well, actually it's a Dino, I don't even know what it's called. I'm just going to call it whatever Clark is on. I guess it would be a poco route. But you're going to have that against zone. But you see, if they go with the poco, then you're going to have the delay route. So they're going to have to pick one or the other. So, and then if everything else is covered, you're going to go to the comeback route. This is actually not going to be a good example, so we're just going to pass through this open because they were in cover 2 sync, so we couldn't throw the comeback. But most people won't call cover 2 sync against split offset because that will happen right there. Well, here he is, man coverage. He just don't, no pass lead, just throw it before he cuts. He's going to roast his man. He's been roasting his man all year. Game hasn't changed since day one. So let's start running the wide receiver poke. Let's go over the quick audibles and the split offset real quick. So for the quick audibles and split offset, we have the Power O, one of the best runs in the game from split offset. The quick pass audible up, we have the flat combo. Literally, we hot route no one on this play. First read will be X. You're going to sit in this little pocket. And then you're just going to read the curl flat concept on the left and right side, as opposed to if you can throw the flat or the curl. So here we can throw the curl route, so we just pick up the curl. Now, very easy concepts, but the key here is, guys, they never change. Football doesn't change, the concept doesn't change. Now, effective routes can change, or effective concepts, or not effective concepts, but effective formations, but concepts never change. You see where the deep pass audible up, the 680 hook, and literally all we're going to do is we're going to put Jackson on a curl, an out, or a drag. It doesn't really matter, just depending on the coverage. Drag against zone, out against man, fade as a standard. Your first read on this play is going to be Doug Martin. If Doug Martin breaks open, go ahead and throw it to him. If he does not, then you're going to go back to the right side of the field and look for a release Ben or Jackson. If neither one of those going open, you're going to look to Dallas Clark. And then, last but not least, you're going to look at Mike Williams breaking across the field, probably on a drag route or an out route, or even on his stock route. So they blitz, so we can throw the Martin route. And you guys need to get in the lab on that. Even I haven't mastered that route yet. I broke it down in another video, and sometimes struggle with that route because it is a difficult route to throw sometimes. See, they don't cover the fade against zone coverage, especially to the outside. So that is how we do the 6, 8, 9 hook. And real quick, we want to run right over the play action audible. You see, we have the Poco right on the left side, so we're just going to block the halfback. Or we could even wheel him, it doesn't really matter. Actually, let's go ahead and wheel both halfbacks. And go ahead and streak Jackson. And basically your man read is going to be the Poco route, or yeah, the Poco route. If they're in zone, you're going to have Clark, so he'll be your second read. And you're also going to have the streaks and the wheels. Also against man, Clark sometimes breaks open. So we get man coverage, so obviously the Poco route's where we're going. Unfortunately, we drop it there, but sometimes that happens. You have to deal with that in this game. I can't give. Unfortunately, I haven't found a play that will beat every defense in the game 100% of the time, no matter what, even with user skills. So, and adjustments. When I find that play, I'll definitely not let you guys know. Just kidding. But here's the drag. Pass lead down, pass lead open, give him zone coverage. And last but not least, we'll show you the wheel routes. So that is how we run the split offset gun from the Tampa Bay playbook. Now let's jump into another formation that we'll be talking about today. And that's the shotgun spread formation. We have the halfback option as our main audible. All we're going to do on this is we're going to smart route Martin, and we're going to drag circle. And your first read on this play is Martin. And guys, I didn't actually find this certain route, this option route from the halfback. If you take a look at Relly 843, I believe, or MaddenUniverse.com is his site, and I checked one of his schemes out that he had posted, and he talked about this halfback option route and how you could pass lead it open. And I wanted to practice one on it to try it out. I just wanted to see what he was talking about, and he's right on the money. Basically, the halfback option route has to be user defended. You're going to pass lead through zones. You're going to pass lead through man coverage. It really, guys, I'm telling you right now, you have to user guard the halfback option route. And if they're not going to be user in the middle of the field, then you're going to have, if they user that, then you're going to, and if they're in man coverage, you're going to have Williams open, or you can user catch one of these inverted seams. And then if they're in zone coverage, you have these two seams, and then you have the drag. So here's zone coverage, pass lead the passing the halfback option. Unfortunately, Josh Freeman decided he was going to pass it to the right, even though I told him to pass it to the left. Pass it to the right there against man. As you see, it really, I'm telling you, like, I didn't believe him that he actually found a route that you had to use or defend, but yep, he did. So figured I'd let you guys in on that, mainly because he's already got it posted up for everybody to see on the site. So for more stuff from Riley, go over and check out MaddenUniverse.com. He puts out great content, and I figured, you know, he is in the Madden tips kind of community, I guess you will. So I figured I figured it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I shared this play with you, because that's just how I run the scheme. So I don't want to show you guys. But again, here you just have to guard that route, and the thing with that route is going to set up the out route, because what's going to happen is they're going to be worrying so much about the halfback option, they're not even going to think about Williams, and so they're going to start running two-man or purples, and that's when Williams is going to start beasting on them, because it's a little deeper out route than a 10-yard. It's about a 15-yard out route. So that's pretty much how we're running the halfback option play. I shouldn't have to explain these streaks. It's the same concept that we've been breaking down all year. The 4 vertical streak concept. They're going to kill zone. So, but the lovely part about the gun spread, the quick pass audible up, is our favorite play in the game, the curl flats. And you can just run Z for all setup, or you can run my personal setup where you, well, mine and Z-Boy 365's personal setup, where we just streak Dallas Clark and we motion bend in like we're going to put him on a fade as if we were running for all setup. And if they're in zone, we'll throw the streak, and if they're in man, we'll throw the little angle route from Doug Martin. And if they user guard that side, they're going to go to the curl flat concept on the left. So this is your setup. And here you're just going to throw Martin. And if they sit on Martin, then you're going to go to the streak. It's just a high-low. It's just a read. It's a two-man read, and we're just playing two-man ball again with these guys. And they're going to struggle with it. Here they don't go with the streak, so we're going to click on and try and make a play. But you would have had the outs there. So once again, guys, on curl flats, your read is going to be streak Clark. That's your first read. Second read is going to be Martin. Third read is going to be the out route to the right, and then the out route to the left, and then the flat route to the left. All this is going to happen in under 3 seconds. Literally, you're going to set the ball. You're going to be throwing it as you catch the ball. So get your reads down, guys. That's all I gotta say. I can give you the best plays, but you got to be able to read the defense. There's an out and coverage. So hopefully you guys are advanced at this point now. If you've seen enough schemes of mine that we don't have to break down curl flats. So that's why I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about. The run audible down is the draw, which is beautiful. The only problem with this formation is that their deep pass audible is this flanker drive thing. It's never been a great play. I would just put the outside receivers on drag routes, since we've been putting them on out routes. And I would just streak bend. And I just, once again, I'd motion. Actually, no, I'll put bend on a fade. No, we can't do that. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. And I'd wheel Martin or block him. I mean, just really. But all we're going to do is we're going to motion bend in like we're going to do a man beater left. Your first read is going to be, if they're man or zone, if they go with the drag, you're going to throw the fade. If they're not, if they don't go with the drag, you're going to throw the drag on both sides. Now, if they do, if they decide that they're going to go with the drags and they're going to use the drags and they're going to be in the zone coverage, then you're going to throw either this route from Harris, or not Harris, but Martin. We're actually going to streak Jackson so that makes the wheel route beat zone, and we're going to have Clark on this post. So you're going to read the drag, then you're going to read the fade, then you're going to read the right side of the field. So it's a read between the post route, wheel route, and the fade, or not the fade, but the streak. So here they don't follow the drags. So and then we have drags. So that play literally I have never called in an actual game. So I'd never really run it. Here's a great play. If you guys don't know, go over to Zeboy365's YouTube channel, and I know he did a concept earlier on in the year out of New England's playbook. It wasn't out of this formation, but it's the same concept. And these PA comeback routes, what you're going to do is you're going to take Clark and you're going to put him on a slant pattern. Well, Zeboy leaves him on the in route. I personally like the slant pattern because it beats man coverage. And then Ben's going to beat zone coverage. The comebacks are going to be everything but cover 2 sink. So, just a great play overall. For some reason, Freeman got laid out. I don't know. But I like to block the running back to give me some time, because eventually what they're going to do with curl flats, they're going to realize they either have to play coverage D against it, or they have to blitz the crap out of it and use or defend the running back. So that's of course going to leave that open, and the post is open against cover 2 sink. So I mean, it's basically just pick your poison at this point. What we're going to be able to exploit. So that's how I run the gun spread formation out of the Tampa Bay playbook. Alright, really quick, we're going to go over the wing trips. I think it's called the wing trip something or another. I don't know what the formation is called. We'll show it to you in a minute. But basically what we're going to be doing here is we're going to run this play stock. I'm not even joking. We're going to run the play stock, or we're going to put Martin on a wheel route, or streak it. It just kind of depends on my mood. Wheel route if you want to beat the blitz, streak if they're playing coverage D. The first read on this play, and I love this because it gives us great pass protection. The first read on this play is we're going to read man or zone. Now against man, they're going to follow Jackson and they're going to follow Ben. If they don't follow Ben or Jackson, you know Williams is going to be wide open on this little angle route. If they do follow him, you're going to have an inside pass to Jackson or Ben. So it's just a very simple read, but it's going to be very difficult for them to stop it. Again, they don't follow. If they don't follow them, go ahead and throw it anyway, because there's no one there to defend it. But if they do follow, then you're going to have to make sure that they're in man coverage. And how you're going to know if they're in man coverage or not is if they follow Wiggins. So when you read, if they follow or not, then you're looking to circle. And if there's someone on circle, then you're throwing the wheels. Makes sense, hopefully, to you guys. Here they follow and they follow circle, so I know I have the wheel route. There I threw it a little early. You want to wait till he cuts upfield, because he's going to roast the defender almost every single time. Literally, it's the concept of the year, guys. I'm not even kidding. Pass will drag, it's insane. Text across, everything with the wheel route, man. Tournament players are running the crap out of it. Really beating them in the ground this year. Here they follow. I wait till he cuts upfield. Pass it to the inside. Again, I'm still a little early on it. So you do need, and I don't really pass the ball much. I'm more of a balanced track. Well, I do pass the ball, but I don't really pass the ball from shotgun much. I'm more, like I said, West Coast, under center, quick pass, quick pass, quick pass. So I still have that in my mind. Then when I try to do these timing routes, it kind of throws me off a little bit. But here they follow, but no one follows circle, so we were able to hit him. I mean, that's just as simple as 1, 2, 3, really. If you know anything about Madden this year. But again, Ben drops the same way. Ben's actually is a little more quick, so you can read Ben real quick first and come back to the left. So if they follow Ben, like so, pass it to the inside, click on. His route is a little weird there, though, because they kind of stay with it against man. So it's more of a zone beating route. Because what happens on the zone is the flag zone will eventually let it go, and then you can pass it in between the two deep blues. Yeah, see, he also, if you're patient enough and they're not in 2 minutes and they don't have anyone deep, he's going to roast his man, and literally he'll have like 10 yards on him by the end of the play, so if you have enough time to deliver it to him. Real quickly, we're going to go over the quick audibles out of the wing trips. I think it's the wing trips buck, or the buck wing trips, or something like that. I don't know. Exactly. The run audible down is the draw, which is perfect. The quick pass audible up is the curl flats. And again, it's the same stuff, guys. We're just going to do this, and against anything where we have to throw a route, pass it down to the inside. This post is going to beat man coverage. So if they're 2 minute under fag just pass it down the inside on that post. They're going to beat it every time. Next play is going to be the deep audible. And this is the go double post. Basically, this is the man beater from this formation. We're just going to block the running back. And we're going to drag Ben. And Ben is the only zone read I have on this play. We're just going to read who's open, who they don't user guard. and one of them will be open. If they go with the corner, then you're going to throw the post. If they go with the corner, or not the, if they go with the corner, you're going to throw the post. If they go with the post, you're going to throw the corner. As I said here, there's 2 post routes, meaning that the second post route will be open against the zone coverage. So if you see zone and they're using the drags, then you're going to go ahead and throw that little post route. You see man, you're going to throw either the post or the corner, whatever one gets more open. It doesn't really matter, whatever one you see first. To me, I don't really care. But the post route is what beats the zone coverage. See, I'm struggling here. Again, still getting in the hang of reading from a shotgun formation, even though I've been making so many schemes. But the plays work. It's just, can you read the defense? That's the key. Can you read the defense post snap? Here's you see how they kill the post routes. What they do is they take a little jab step outside, and it really does it. It's very consistent against man coverage. So, which is one thing I wish they would change. I wish there wasn't so much consistency in the game. I wish the out routes didn't meet man every single time. I wish there was a way you could overplay the out. So, for example, yeah, I could sit on the out route in man coverage, but I'd have to give up the in route. Because when you shade coverage to the outside, even when you manually shade the coverage to the outside, for some reason they still can throw out routes. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally hit the wrong button. So, real quick, we'll wrap up the week trips to New York. But I mean, you see the post routes there. Just guys, I'm giving you these plays, I'm giving you these concepts really fast and cranking them out. Go into the lab and practice these plays before you run them in a head-to-head. So, real quick, the play action audible I want to go over. If this route to X, or not to X, but to square, if they're in off coverage, you can throw it every time. So you're going to snap and throw it. Snap, throw. That's all you're going to do. And it's you're either going to get a pass interference call, as that would have been, or you're going to get a big gain. It's just the way it is. And I'm telling you guys right now, just trust the route. Man or zone, as long as flat zone. I can see him in a flat. He might be able to get out there, but you want to just read that dude. So this linebacker here, if he goes out, don't throw it. But if he comes in, okay, snap. I read it, throw it. So that's how we're going to do that route. And against man coverage, so against press coverage, see, they pressed me. Well, this route's not going to be open every time against press coverage. It will some, it will sometimes, and sometimes it won't. And hopefully we have an example. Here it gets open against man coverage, and you don't pass lead at all. You just throw the route. When we pass lead in off coverage, we do pass lead to that down and to the outside. And then hopefully here we can. This is a play action audible again, guys. You're just blocking the halfback. And see here, it got jumped, and you see he can pick that. So if it gets jumped by the dude, then don't throw the ball. That's all I can say, guys. But a lot of times it won't. But don't just count on it. Don't that's my only read on a play. That's the point of offense. You have to have multiple reads. If I take away your first read on defense, then I have you beat for some people. And all we're going to do on the right side of the field is we need to have one man beater, which is going to be Williams, and we need to have one zone beater, and that's going to be Jackson. Clark's going to suck down anything as far as flats, purples, and he also is going to sit down in some pockets against zone because he's a blue route. So, as you see, R1's route kills man coverage. It also will beat zone coverage. They kind of have to use that route for the most part, unless they have some kind of crazy zone where you'll have flow coverage into the play, and then pressure comes in right before I can pass lead it open. So, and then real quick we'll go over the other route. One other route I want to go over is the Clark route. You see how he releases pretty quick, so you could just mess around with that, tinker with that, see if you can get that down. That's how I run the wing trips. And then last but not least, we're going to go. Well, actually, I have two more formations. We're going to go over the spot dig, and basically all this is we're going to go ahead and smart route Williams, block Martin to the left, and go ahead and slide protect. And all we're going to do is zig, bend, and drag Jackson, and then we're going to motion snap Jackson a half a step to the right. And as soon as he turns, we're going to snap. Okay, and you're going to get a man beater to bend. And your first read, however, is going to be the poker route. Can you throw the poker route? If you can't throw the poker route, don't throw the poker route, guys. But if you can throw the poker route, go ahead and throw it. See, like here is an example where we can throw the poker route. So we throw the poker route. If you can't throw the poker route, the left side of the field or the right side of the field more than likely is going to be open. So that's how I run spot dig. Basically, the drag I get is going to be zone. The flat route, you can turn the flat route into actually, here's what I actually told you guys wrong. You're going to streak X. You're going to zig Clark. You don't need that flat route on the left. So the streak is just something against. If nothing else is open and you need something to use or catch pass to the inside, click on, and again push him into the inside there and try and click on and make a play. I think we have about 10 minutes hopefully to kind of wrap this up. So we're going to go over the quick pass audible. All we're going to do is drag Ben and drag Williams or slant him. It doesn't really matter what you do. Williams isn't important. You can fade him, you can out him. I don't really care. I never really get to him. So it's just a two-man read, and most of the time you're going to be throwing that route to circle. If you don't throw that route to circle, you're going to be throwing that drag route. Sorry about that, guys. But you're going to be throwing that drag route to X. So, as you see here, you see how the zones just don't cover the circle route. So, I mean, if they're running a lot of zone, you need a quick pass, pop them with a spacing. That's what I can say. And guys, you'll know if they're in zone if they base align it. From the front. They baseline the plays, you know they're in zone. So, run audible down is the inside zone, which is perfect. The quick audible to the right is the verticals. We just run that stock. All you do is you read the wheel routes and then you read the post. So, alright, so I can throw the R1 route, and that's how I do it. I don't spend much time on verticals just because I know everyone runs it. So there's nothing really to talk about. You just read the two wheel routes and you throw the post. Every route will beat man coverage, and the wheel routes you'll be able to pass lead those through zone, and sometimes the post route you can pass lead as well. The play action audible, that circle route is actually really good. So all we're going to do is we're just going to do hot routes off that. So we're going to drag Ben again, and we're going to zig Clark. And your first read on this play is going to be the drag. Your second read is going to be the zig. Your third read is going to be the angled the comeback route, which you're going to have to smart route it. And then the circle receiver is your last read. You're going to pass the circle receiver down to the inside. So Clark not there, not there, not there. I have this angled streak, and pretty mimics a horrible throw. So one more time for the fans at home, just to show you the progression. You're just going to block the running back here and zig Clark. We went over the zig and drag combo on the spot dig. So now we're just going to go over the pass it down the inside and click on. It's going to be zone, and trust me, if you click on and again force him to the inside and just overrun the route to the inside, you're going to beat man that way too. Okay. Real quick, the running from this formation, we have the strong H Pro, and again, your run audible down is your off tackle to the right. Crap, your off tackle to the right. I have your run audible, your L1 audible is your counter. Your quick pass is slant. All you're going to do, curl flat concept. We've been doing it all year. You're going to streak Ben, and it's a snap throw to Ben if it's open. So a snap throw like so. He's going to sit in that pocket. If he's not open, throw the out. So I'm telling you, if he's not open, then look to the out. I'm guaranteeing it's going to be open. They know when you're going to strong pro, they're going to get in their run D, and they're not going to be worried about the pass. Deep pass audible is this post. All I'm going to do on this play, I call this play for the blue route. All I'm going to do is drag and zig combo again. Zig will beat man, drag will beat zone, outright on the left will beat man, and the two blue routes have to be user defended. Again, wait till they go, and then just kind of work on the timing with those. You want to wait a little second, and then you want to throw it. I know I'm going over this fast, guys, but I'm putting out, what, 25 plays in one video. So if you need to watch this video 15 times till you get it, watch it 15 times. But the first blue route I'm going to read is the R1 route. And that time I did a poor job of throwing it. But you just want to work on the timing. It's usually after they take their first step upfield, then you can throw it. So after they get going a little bit, I'll go ahead and throw it. As you see, there it is. So the blue routes, what they're going to do is they're going to be annoying. If they try to run 2 men under purples, they'll stop the run and just hope for a block shot. Well, it's going to be 2 men under purples because you have the out, left, and the drag zig combination will be 2 men under purples. The play action audible, I really don't call. If I did call it, I'm going to block running back, drag Jackson. That's all I'm going to do. This is going to be a curl flat concept from Ben and Clark, and then if that's not open, I'm going to go to this, and if nothing else is open, I'm going to try to pass lead that down to the inside. And you see here we got the drag. So just mix in the passing from this formation. You're primarily going to be running out of this formation, so that's why I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. So this has been the base scheme, the main scheme of the Tampa Bay playbook. If you come back in about, well, Mike, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, but in about 5 minutes we're going to go over the mini schemes we're going to develop. But we spent a while on this playbook, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get these mini schemes up for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed it.